experiencing only moment, no torque, that moment is equivalent to both of them acting in this particular manner. So you combine T and M in this formula, by this formula, whatever value is there, that value you say as a moment acting which is equivalent to these two acting. Which is equivalent to these two acting. So what this is doing is same as what this is doing. So just one moment is doing something what torque and moment is doing. So it is equivalent. Same way, you can say that on this only torque acting, no moment, and this torque which is equivalent to this M and T combined by this formula. Combined by this formula. So now the job becomes easier for us. Now we say that on this shaft only moment acting, this much. On this shaft only torque acting, this much. So if that is the case, can we go further now? Let us go by M equivalent. Okay. So by M equivalent, what we will do is, I'll write here, M equivalent. Now what is the formula? The formula is Ft, the general formula is Ft equal to M upon Z. That means M is equal to Ft into Z. Same thing. So M is equal to Ft into Z. So we'll write here M equivalent equal to Ft into Z. Ft into Z. Now this we are taking the usual tensile stress because this itself is the usual equation. Because we have already taken into account them together by this formula and found out ME. So the moment you have found out ME and now you are using ME, that means we have taken into account the combination and we have taken into account the principal stresses. So now we say M equal to Ft into Z, which is same as Ft into, now what is Z for this section? For this section it is pi d cube by 32. So pi d1 it is pi d1 cube by 32 into Ft design. Pi d cube by 32 into Ft design is M equivalent. So we are written similar equation, design equation. And in this design equation, now M is known, M equivalent is known because this is known, equal to Ft design given this. So what is unknown? D1. So find D1. Find D1. We have found out D1. Now what if you use this? I'll write here. I'll write here also, because we already found out D1, problem as such is over. But then also. Also means we are also considering T equivalent. So by T equivalent, what do we say? T equivalent is, the other formula is T upon IP is equal to F shear design. Okay, so T equivalent is equal to F shear design into IP. So that is equal to F shear design into, what is IP for cross section? Circular cross section, it is pi d cube, pi d1 cube by 16. So pi d1 cube by 16 into F shear design equal to T equivalent. Okay, so from this also you will get one value. Find D1. That means you have designed D1 by two ways. One is considering M equivalent, we have designed D1, and considering T equivalent also we have found out D1, and we select the maximum of the two. I'll write here. Select whichever is the maximum value of D1 out of these two, that is what we will select here. So we have found out the diameter how much is to be taken here. Okay, so have you seen how this particular exercise is done? Design of hand or foot lever. We have to here talk about foot lever. If it is a hand lever like this, the data of the question, in the question the data is given P, what you can apply by hand, that amount is given, and then this is called as a foot lever. And all the different parameters we have designed. Out of that, D1 was a dimension which we have designed by considering principal stresses, because this section was experiencing torque also and moment also, creating tensile stress also and shear stress also, which cannot be added straight away because they are producing principal stresses, as a combination of these two stresses. And what is the principal stress? Principal stress is a stress given by combining these two stresses by a particular manner, by this kind of equation, so that Ft principal is this and F shear maximum is this. By this combination you can combine, and then you can go further when you want to design a section on which these two types of stresses are acting. Now that was happening here. So what we saw, this section was experiencing a torque of this much amount, this section was experiencing moment of this much amount. Because torque and moment were acting, causing these two types of stresses, we want to find out equivalent moment and equivalent torque based on the same equations. The formula which is derived from this is like this. So M equivalent is given by this expression. This is the way you can combine M and T. T equivalent is given by this equation. This is the way you can combine them. So after we get M equivalent and T equivalent, we have written the usual design equation. M upon Z is equal to Ft design. We have used that equation and found out D1. Similarly, T upon IP equal to F shear design. Using this equation, we have found out D1 again. And then out of these two ways, we have to find out the case which is the worst case, which is giving the higher size of diameter. So that is, we have taken higher of the two values and done this work. So in this problem, getting D1 was something new for us, which was not there in the earlier exercises. Now once we have learned this method, we might come across this in future in many cases, and that time we will have to go by this method, where we will write this kind of formula and go further ahead. So this is the first time we have done, we have come across using a formula on principal stresses, and we saw how to design the dimension D1 in this example. Okay, so now just we will go further and see what makes this a foot lever. I'll just make some modification here in the shape. So what is done is, the physical shape of this particular part of the lever is modified. It is given some such shape so that you can put your foot on this and you can press it by your foot. See, the way you are applying a foot is different, the way you are applying a hand is different. Hand has got a grip kind of a facility, so you can design the handle so that you can hold it by hand. What was done last time? We have drawn the handle last time, which was suitable for hand. Now we have drawn a pedal. This is called the pedal, which is made suitable for putting a foot. So you can put your foot on this and press. So only the shape size is changing. This is the P that is acting in that case. The only thing is the value of P will be different, because what you can apply by foot is of a higher level, higher size than what you can apply by hand. So normally what happens, P is equal to 100 to 400 newtons for hand, and P is around 200 to 800 newtons for foot. Now these dimensions, these sizes, these values you get from ergonomics, but then for you as a student in this particular case, you will be given the value of P, so you don't have to worry. But otherwise, in the open condition, in the say day-to-day life, if you are designing something as a real-day problem, not as an academic problem, where many things are given, in that case you have to find out the value, how much is the force that is going to be acting on this. That will depend on whether you are designing a hand lever or a foot lever. According to that, from the ergonomics chart, you will find out the value of P to be taken. If it is hand, what will be the value? This. If it is a foot, the value will be this. There is a variation because that depends on what kind of a person is using. So the force applied by hand by a, let's say, child or a lady or gents. So all these variations are there. So accordingly there is a variation which is shown by this range. So in the book, if you try to find out from ergonomics, you will even see the internal details of what range for which person out of this and out of this. So that is from where you get the data. For you as a student, this is given. So that question doesn't arise, but then I am just giving you a background of from where these figures come. Okay, so then this is called as a foot lever, and then accordingly you will go further ahead. But remember, the shape, everything may not be always same. So that doesn't mean foot lever means doesn't mean everything always like this. Hand lever exactly like this. No, it can have a different design. And according to the design, according to whichever way the forces come, the torques come, the moments come, accordingly we have to go ahead. So that way each problem will be different. Okay. So we have today taken an example of a design of hand and foot lever, and in the process we have learned this particular new thing for today's exercise. Okay. Thank you.